Hello everyone, and welcome to the second course of our United States tour at Parker Disc Golf. Today we're playing at 3 Island Crossing in Glens Ferry, Idaho. We're starting off on hole 1, which is a par 3, 331 feet long according to the sign, but 333 feet according to UDisc. Aaron is beginning, and boom. Wow, he managed to avoid that tree. That was actually really good, and it went pretty far too. Alright, next up is Tommy with her first shot. She's doing her toss-ups like always, just trying to find the perfect grip to get her started. She needs to do good today, because she got last place yesterday. Oh no, and that's not going to help her for today. It was very short. Let's see what I can do. Sheeshka! Wow! Okay, I easily had the furthest drive out of any of us. And I have a chance for a birdie or par on this hole. Let's see what Kelly can do. She really needs to have a far second shot. And that's not going to do it. She has no chance of par anymore. Let's see what Eric can do here. I feel like if he makes it far enough, he could get par. That's just a bit to the left, and with how his putting game is, that's pretty much zero chance for par. Kelly making a nice approach for bogey. She should be able to make that putt. Alright, here we go with my second shot. Let's see if I can make this long birdie putt. Probably not. But I do have myself situated for a very easy par putt. See if Eric can make this far par putt. Oh, it was so close. I guess he'll be settling for a bogey. Here he goes with his tap in, and Kelly with a great putt from far away. And I feel confident enough to film myself and use a driver to putt in for par. Great start for the game for me. I'm at even. Alright, starting off hole 2. This one's 372 feet according to UDisc. Wow. Another great drive from Aaron. A little bit short, but that was pretty good. Let's see what Kelly can do here. Oh, it's got a lot of distance on it, but it's pretty far off to the right. So, yeah. I go a bit to the right. That tree manages to help me not go too far to the right, though. And I got quite a bit of distance, so I'm happy with that, honestly. Here we go, back to Kelly. I feel like if she can have a far second shot. Ooh, yeah, that could leave her with a chance for par, because we know she's pretty good at putting. Let's see what Eric can do. He is ripping it, but a little bit to the left. No chance for par on this hole, it looks like. Alright, here goes my second shot. If I can just make a far approach, I could get a par on this one. And that should do it. Alright, Kelly using an approach tactic for her third shot. She didn't quite make that par putt, but she'll be left with a nice bogey. Alright, here goes Aaron with his par shot. Will he make it in by a miracle? He's concentrating. Too far to the left. I swear he does that every time. As for me, it looks like I'm getting another easy par tap-in. Kelly and Aaron both get very easy bogey tap-ins. Alright, here goes the start of hole 3 with Aaron. This one's a par 4. And he should be able to get a par with that kind of drive. Let's see what Kelly can do. This is her first stroke. And she is tossing up her disc like always, just trying to avoid this line of trees, which she does very successfully as she went way far to the right. And of course, it's time for my tee shot. Will I be able to drive as well as I have been? Looks like yes. Easily the furthest out of all of us. I made it all the way to that green box. Time for Aaron's second shot. It looks like he's going with basically a second drive here. Let's see what he can do. Yikes! That was so low to the ground.
He's doing a redo.
Oh my gosh, he's taking a redo. He never does this. So you know he did terrible when he does that. Here he goes. Shoo! That was much better. All right, now it's time for Kelly's second shot. And yeah, I don't know. What's her plan here? Is she going for a long putt or is she just approaching? Oh no, she bonked into that tree.
That was pretty good.
How predictable. Alright, it's time for my second shot. Let's see what I can do here. Can I approach for a birdie? Ooh, I went a little far. Alright, Kelly's third shot. Let's see what she can do here. Okay, out in the fields a little bit, but I think she could still make that par putt. Let's see what Aaron can do here. Pulling up his shorts. That means he's getting serious here. Will he be able to make this possible birdie putt? No. He overcompensated for his hyzering and went to the right. Kelly with a difficult putt from here. Wow!
Nice.
She made it for par. All right, Aaron going in for a tap-in par. And I'm trying to make this birdie putt, but I fail. If that had been Kelly's putt, she would have made it. I get a par instead. Starting off hole 4, we've got Aaron's drive.
Yep.
Can he make it all the way to the pin? It's not very far, but still, he does not have enough power to make it all the way. And he ends up going a little to the left. All right. Kelly's forehand should be pretty good suited for this hole because it usually goes pretty straight. Okay, that's looking a little to the right, but it had some good distance on there. Not anything making it to the basket, but it was pretty good. Let's see what I can do here. Whoa, okay. Oh no. Oh no, I blew past the basket. And that concrete did not help. It was quite slick, actually. Made my disc even go further. Kelly making an approach here. Nice. That should leave her with an easy par.
You'll definitely
And let's see what Aaron's up to.
Aaron
He
birdie
is
putt
taking
champ.
his second shot here. Oh, how close to a birdie. Not quite there, though. I've got a birdie chance now.
I think so.
Will I make this putt? I don't know. My putting game's been a little off today, it seems. And that goes to prove my point.
Go ahead, Kels.
Seems like my main strength today has been my drives and approaches. And that was just me trying to putt, and I'll settle for par, though. I'll settle for par. Kelly also got a par, and Aaron tapping in his own par while filming it. All right, on to hole 5. This one's moderate distance. Aaron starting off with his usual hyzer.
Great throw.
Typical.
Oh,
Kelly dropping disc.
oh gosh.
Yeah,
Also
go towards
typical.
that generic
You
yellow
dropped your
disc
disc. I feel like I've been getting a lot of drops on film lately. Here we go, trying to find the perfect grip. Oh no, that's a bit to the right.
I was off yesterday.
Still good.
Shishka, almost out of bounds. See what I can do
with the run
here.
up.
Whoa, a
Let it rip.
little bit high, honestly.
Still, great landing.
Pretty good. I think I have a good chance for par. Let's see what Kelly can do on her second stroke.
All right.
Going for a forehand. This is kind of a better for a backhand.
She's always on a forehand. And, you know, she'll take it. Let's not complain.
That's pretty good for you. Let's see what Aaron can do here. He's taking his second shot. Going for an approach tactic.
Beautiful landing.
Great landing.
Nice. That's pretty much parked. All right, here goes my second shot. I am just trying to make it in. But I think that tree was kind of in my way. I think it was the tree, but I also might have just
Blame it
done
on the
that.
tree.
Boom!
Beautiful.
Amazing par putt from Kelly.
Keltron.
Nice par. Tap in for Aaron. And pretty much a tap in for me as well.
Yep.
All right, on to hole 6. We're leaving the park area and entering the back section.
I think it's wild.
That was bad.
Fields.
Snake zone.
Very hyzery. He needs to learn an anhyzer.
I feel like Kelly's about to join him.
You go to the opposite field side, but I mean, that was pretty good.
Also not great.
It was pretty good, though. Here goes my shot. Woo! Okay, that was actually not very good. It was in the fairway, but it did not go far at all. Here goes Aaron trying to forehand. Oh, this is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. Okay, that actually wasn't terrible. It got him where he needed to be.
Kelly, what are you going to do to get out of this little pickle?
Yeah, I am curious what you're going to do, Kelly. You did pretty good there. Time for my... It looks like everyone's going for a second shot with a forehand. Oh, no. That tree, that tree, that tree.
And that got weird.
Did.
Not even a good roll.
Your backhands...
There was my finger.
I guess that is kind of why you don't use backhands very much. Let's see what I can do on my third stroke. I'm going with an unconventional method here. What am I doing? This looks bad.
That looked weird.
Oh my gosh. It went into the trees. That was terrible. Terrible enough to warrant a redo. Let's see if this will be any better. Okay, not much better. Yikes. Here goes your fourth stroke.
Look far away.
Whoa, you actually almost made it in. You could have made it if not for that tree. Aaron.
Oof. Missed it by a hair.
Pretty close. Double bogey tap in for Kelly. And I'm just trying to make this putt from the woods. Can I pull the Gannon Burr? No.
No. Denied.
And I'm in for double bogey, just like you and Aaron.
Blind fairway.
Right on to hole 7. Okay. We've got a blind shot from the tee pad, and it goes to the right, which is probably why Aaron is about to use his forehand. He kind of flicked it down and back up too much, so kind of made a little bit of a wobble happen, so that wasn't very good.
Crawling around in there.
Let's see what I can do. I'm going next because we're waiting on Mom to arrive because she was busy getting a gnat out of her nostril. All right. I went a little bit far, and I didn't Anheuser enough. So that's that. Let's see what Kelly can do. She should be able to do pretty good because this hole should be perfect for her forehand. She didn't quite go far enough to utilize the Anheuser as much as she could have, but it was pretty good. She's trying to decide what to do here. She opts for a backhand, which was a strange choice, but, I mean, it wasn't bad. Let's see what she could do as far as her approach goes. Ooh, that was pretty good. Even though it's not a par, it'll still set her up for a good bogey putt. Aaron making his approach. Wow, that was perfect.
Good
setting him up for par. Let's see what I can do here. Maybe I can get myself a par too. We're about to find out. Get my approach ready. Kind of in a weird situation, but it looks like I will still manage to. Ooh, I even hit the pole. Let's see Aaron get his par pretty much tap in. Kelly also, and
of course my par.
Me too. All right, let's move on to hole 8. Ooh, this one looks pretty narrow, and for 307 feet, it looks pretty technical. That's why it's a par 4, I guess. Aaron has a nice drive. The hyzer for him actually managed to work in his favor here. Let's see what Kelly can do here. Ooh, she got her forehand to go left somehow, so that was very good for her. It didn't go super far, but it did stay in the fairway, which is good. All right, I'm running up, and I've got myself a very nice looking turn around that corner. So that was pretty good. All right, Kelly's second stroke. Let's see what she can do.
This is a backhand
Tossing her
shot,
disc
Mom.
up and down, as always. That was great. She is looking at a possible par here. All right. Oh, gosh. Is Aaron trying to do a forehand here? That is both a stupid move and he's also bad at forehands. Shishka. He basically just killed his chance of par. I'm telling Aaron to get out of the way as I make my approach shot. Ooh, yeah. Okay, I have a chance at birdie here. This would be Aaron's birdie putt. It looks like he's going for another forehand. Why? You saw how bad his last forehand was, and that was no exception to the rule either. That was terrible. Kelly's forehand, on the other hand, that was pretty good, except it went back into the woods a little bit. Aaron trying to make this par putt. He hits the pole with a roll, but he does not make it in, obviously. All right, this is my birdie chance. But I clang off the basket. Time for Aaron's bogey tap in and my par tap in. And next, we will see a very interesting shot from Kelly. She is now in the situation I was in on hole 6. Can she do the Gannon Burr move? The answer is no. The trees snatch her disc out of the air.
Yes.
And not even that high out of the air.
Great shot.
That's why she got a bogey. All right, starting off hole 9 with Aaron. This one's pretty short. We should be able to birdie it.
Good throw. Veers left, but not too bad.
It's kind of in the woods, though.
Little woodsy, yeah.
Could make things hard. Let's see what you can do.
Oof, right over there by Dad, huh?
You guys are literally right next to
Like
each
a
other.
little hole in the forest. We both just went for it.
Yeah. Let's see what I can do. Ooh.
Wing it.
Oh,
I rip it, and oh my gosh, that leaves me with a birdie chance.
That was
What is your
great.
approach here?
Well, let's see how you're going to get out of this pickle. You're really in the trees here.
I just flop it out there.
Aaron?
It was good, though. It landed in the fairway. It didn't go too crazy.
Something to work with.
See if Dad can do the same thing.
Lot of bugs on the screen.
Whoa.
And he's out, and he rolls backwards a little bit.
Yeah,
and
and
I give you a stick.
he didn't go very far at all.
And
His,
that was looking great.
his approach is nice, and same goes for yours.
Nice
Just you
shot.
guys are getting bogeys, while I'm getting a birdie.
We are jealous.
Birdie replay action.
And that deserves a replay.
That's another birdie on film for me. I'm so excited about that. All right.
I'm jealous.
And
But excited
now,
for you.
now Aaron's tapping in for bogey, and so are you. All right, we're beginning hole 10. This one's 298 feet and a par 3.
Okay.
All right, this should be doable. As long as you don't go in the river.
Or these bushes.
Or the bushes. That was a nice throw. It went in the bushes, though.
I think he actually ended up landing in the clear, though.
Oh, okay. We'll take that.
Let's see what you can do on your drive.
My outfit is hilarious. Whoa, that was bad.
Okay, Dad.
And I know it.
You certainly do. Let's see if I can do good on this hole. I look a bit thrown off by you being in the fairway, but
Oh, dang it.
oh gosh, and I certainly threw like it. I threw like it. Look at me.
Woo!
All right, going to Kelly.
Oh, yeah, right there in the sage.
You managed to kind of be in a good spot though, because there you go.
All right, that'll do,
Nice.
pig.
And Aaron looks like he's also in a good spot. He's in the clear, actually.
And
A little hyzery.
a little hyzery, but it's good. Henry, you're over in a tangled mess.
Better than what I'm doing, because look at me. This is going to be a
This is
disaster.
wild.
And that was a disaster. Didn't even make it out.
Right back in there.
Hopefully I can do a good approach with this.
Okay, that looks nice. Yeah,
Thank
that was good.
goodness.
Real
Okay,
good.
that might have saved at least a bogey. Here's your long par shot, which you don't make. You still have a chance for bogey,
ahead.
though.
Wasn't terrible. Covered some distance.
Aaron, can he make this par? No.
Ooh,
So
close.
close. Jinx.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And he got a bogey. Here's your bogey.
Oh, denied.
Attempt.
And Henry just getting right in there.
With a bogey. and you got a double bogey. On to hole 11. This one's a bit low. Oh gosh. Aaron with a hard hyzer out into the field.
He doesn't look stoked about it.
Let's see what you can do here. Wow, that's
That
really
was good. That was good. I'm back, baby.
Yes. Lots of distance and very accurate, although you now are mourning your shoe.
It's really tripping me up. That was my finger.
Apparently, I got tripped up even without messed up shoes. Here comes Aaron's second shot from the rough. Ooh, that was a great approach. And here goes my second shot. Also a good approach.
Yes, right up there.
And here goes your second stroke as well. Can you make an equally good approach?
That was a great shot.
You hit the pole. Boom. Everyone getting pars. All very easy ones too. Alright, hole 12. Let's see what happens here.
Low.
Great shot.
But
and good.
That was pretty good,
yeah,
actually.
that was really good.
Let's check out what you can do on your drive. I wish I could count your toss-ups.
Ooh, waffly, waffly.
Still turned out pretty good, though.
Safe. A little short, but safe. Henry dashing in.
Oh, gosh. Mine was a bit to the left.
Bit to the left, but, you know, that's workable.
Okay.
It's all right. It still went pretty far, so I appreciate that. Your approach...
Ooh, waffly and too far.
Well, it still
it's
leaves
okay.
you for a pretty nice par.
True.
Aaron, pretty much the same thing
Did that
happening.
tip the basket?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, nice surroundings.
Yes. And then we head to my second shot. I'm very far away, so I'm just trying to get relatively close to the basket, which I'd say I did.
Yeah, definitely.
And magnificent par putt from you.
Was lovely to see from Kelly. Myself.
Let's see what Aaron can do. Very similar thing.
What?
And I'm in a similar situation. I should be able to ring this in real quick.
Oh!
Too low.
Were you overconfident?
I'll take the bogey.
Yeah.
Alright, beginning hole 12. This one's a short one. Should be easily birdieable. Not with a shot like that from Aaron, though. It was so low and did not go far. Let's see what Kelly can do. Maybe she can do better than him. What she needs to do is kind of go a little high. Oh, yikes. Right into the tree. That is terrible. Even worse than Aaron. Let's see what I can do here. I've got to demonstrate. Whoa, and I did. That's a birdie chance for me. Pretty much a guaranteed birdie, actually.
Uphill and
As for Aaron, he thinks this is a birdie putt, but I'm not so sure. It's kind of far for him. And that just proved my point. Though he is set up for a par. Kelly, same thing with her. As for me, we've got easy birdie here. Another birdie on film. That's amazing for me. And it's keeping my score very low. So that's much appreciated as well. On to Kelly's par tap in. And here's Aaron's par tap in. Nice hole for everyone. On to hole 14. This one goes back into the park territory with some woodage. Aaron, beautiful drive. His hyzer worked well on this one. Let's see what Kelly can do. She is playing it safe, but very good as well. Now, me, I on the other hand, threw way too high and bonked into that tree. Terrible. That's why we go immediately back to me. Let's see what I can do for my second shot, my approach. Okay, I redeemed myself. I should be able to get that par putt. I might be on the other side of the hill, though. We'll see. Kelly with a great approach as well. A little far away, but she should still be able to make it.
Yes.
Aaron, pretty much laying it right beside the basket. That was amazing. Kelly, par putt. Ah, too high. So close, though. She gets a bogey. Aaron gets a par. I mean, he did perfect on this hole. As for me, oh, it was just barely too much to the right, I believe. So I get a bogey. All right, on to hole 15. This one's also a par 3. We're starting off with Aaron. Let's see what he can do here. Throwing right over those picnic tables. A bit off to the left, but that's to be expected. All right, Kelly tossing her disc up and down, trying to find the perfect grip, as I said last year. And it was a little short and a little wobbly. All right, time for my first shot. What can I do here? What will I do here? That's really the question. I will throw it even worse than Kelly did. Yikes. So I decide to take a redo. Let's see if I can do better on this attempt. Hopefully I don't bash into a picnic table. Okay, that one was much better than the first attempt. Here we go, zoomed in on Kelly. We're going to her second shot. And, wow, even though it's a little wobbly, it still manages to get right next to the basket. Let's see what I can do on my second shot. I have a feeling that I'm going to launch it a bit far. Because I'm just trying to run up and I'm close enough to the basket where I shouldn't do that. See, I told you. I went too far. Dang it. Aaron's turn. He is trying to make it in the basket. And that was very close. Very, very close, in fact. Alright, it's time for my third shot. I have a very far putt here, which I do not make. How predictable. Kelly tapping in for par.
Par for you.
I am tapping in for bogey.
Bogey for me.
And Aaron tapping in for his par.
Okay, hold on.
Aaron's trying to catch up to me, but I think it's a little late for that. Hole 16. Ooh, Aaron drives. Oh, he made it past that tree. It looked like he was going to hit it. Ooh, nice roll down the hill.
Yeah, just go as straight as possible.
That will definitely help you out. All right, Kelly, stroke one. Let's see what she can do. She is just trying to see if she can make it far enough to where she's throwing it a bit low, which would be a good strategy if she had enough distance to make it down the hill, which she almost did, but not quite. Same story for me, except I'm even shorter and more off to the left. I think I'm starting to get tired. My second throw is pretty good, though. It's overshot the basket a little bit. Same mistake as hole 15. Kelly, on the other hand, does great. Lands within putting range. Aaron here, he's trying to make this birdie approach. He's parked for par, though. All right. Yay! Nice long par putt for me. Tap in for Aaron for par and tap in for Kelly for par. That was a good hole for all of us.
Nice.
All right, on to hole 17. This one's also a par 3 at 326 feet. Oh gosh, Aaron way off to the left, and he went into that tree. How terrible. Kelly's just trying to not make the same mistake Aaron did. Her forehand should help her not do that, except she manages to go the same way Aaron did. Let's see what I can do. Maybe I will be the one to not make that mistake on this hole. I'm hoping that's the case. However, I end up doing even worse than Aaron. Oh no! Yikes! At least I went further a little bit. Kelly taking her second shot. Trying to approach, but that didn't go very far. She's looking at a bogey here. Aaron possibly also looking at a bogey, considering how far away from the basket he is and the fact that he's about to use a forehand. Yep, that forehand was terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. As to be expected, Aaron does not really have a very good forehand. Or at least on this course, he hasn't had one. My approach shot is very mediocre. I'm looking at a bogey at best. Kelly approaching for bogey, secured the bogey, saved it. Aaron trying to do what Kelly did, saved a bogey. And it looks like oh no, he hit a tree. He might be looking at a double bogey on this one. Alright, as far as I'm concerned, it looks like I'm just trying to get this bogey. And, ooh, I'm close. I go right around that tree, though. Alright, Aaron, this is his bogey putt. He has to make this. However, he does not. And he doesn't take a redo either. Kelly is about to make this bogey putt. Boom. Okay, Kelly is almost to Aaron. Kelly is catching up to Aaron. I make that bogey putt as well. Pretty far for my standards. Aaron making his double bogey putt. Shishka. And he didn't even make the double bogey putt. He's getting a triple bogey. Shishka. While we take a little break hiking a small portion of the Oregon Trail, I'll talk about how Kelly is catching back up to Aaron. Kelly is now only one stroke behind Aaron, and she could be able to catch up and tie it up on hole 18. It depends on whether Aaron gets a par or a bogey, and this is bad for Aaron, because if Kelly's getting better, that means he could be seeing last placing in the future. So far, Kelly's been the only person Aaron's been able to beat, but he might not even be able to do that today. Hole 18, this is the moment of truth for Aaron. And that's not a good start. He did not go far at all. Let's see what Kelly can do. She has got quite a bit of distance. Oh, but she hit that tree. Things are looking up for Aaron. It's time for my first shot. We already know I'm going to win, and that drive, even though it's not good, I feel like I can still par this one. Kelly getting right up next to the basket with her second shot. Oh my, that could be the perfect thing for Kelly right now. My approach also gets next to the basket. Aaron is working on his approach now. Let's see if he can manage to stay one stroke ahead of Kelly. Ooh, nice. An approach like that does not bode well for him. We're right back to him, and he's quite far away from the basket. I don't think he can make this. Oh, so close, but he did not make that putt, and Kelly made hers. Kelly made a par. Aaron is getting a bogey, and that means they tie. I, of course, get a par, and that's the end of the game. The final standings coming up right now.
Pretty sure I won again.
And here are the final standings. We have Aaron and Kelly tied for second place with 67 strokes each, 11 over par. And, of course, I won with 61 strokes, 5 over par. That means I have won 2 times. I've won both of the disc golf courses so far. Aaron has gotten 1 runner-up and 1 third-place tie. Kelly has lost once and got 1 third-place tie. So far, I have the best records. How fortunate for me. We will see you guys next time at Dragonfly in Lehi, Utah. If you'd like to watch more Barker Disc Golf, check out these recommended videos for you.